Good morning, MJ. All right, we're live. We are live. What's up, guys? Coach Sam here. How's everybody doing today? Today, I'm going to show you guys how to get into the best shape of your life without wasting time and without having to guess. So, I hope we are ready. So, let's start this off with everybody that is here putting in the comment section whatever their fitness goal is. Comment in the comment section, what is your fitness goal? I want to get a good understanding of what everybody is working towards. Good morning, Gina. Hello from Stockholm, Sweden. Hello, hello. Good morning, Jam. Do you have any plans, any meal plans for women with PCOS? Yes, I can give you some guidance on that in a little bit. All right. So for now, everybody comment in the comment section with what your fitness goal is. I want to get a good understanding of what it is that you're working towards. I love your content. It helped me lose 90 pounds this year. That's incredible. I love that. That is incredible. Weight loss for medical reasons. Good morning, Shaquille. Losing weight and getting a flat belly. Lose belly fat. I want to lose 50 pounds. I know how to. I have to lose my FUPA, and we are almost at 50 years old. I want to lose 20 pounds. Got it. All right. So, quick story about me. I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. So, that is my background. Now, when it came to me losing 100 pounds in 6 months, if I had to do it all over again, what would be the most important things for me to focus on? Number one would be understanding what a calorie deficit was. That is number one. Number two would be having a meal plan and sticking to that meal plan consistently. Number three would be developing a exercise or a physical activity routine, meaning I would set aside some time every day to get either my steps in or to do some cardio so I could be burning more calories. Next, I would create an environment for myself where all of my friends were involved in fitness, or I had a lot of friends that were already involved in fitness. And I would distance myself from the people that were not supporting of that goal. So if I had friends that had very unhealthy habits and I wanted to lose 100 pounds, then I would not hang out with those friends anymore because they would influence my decisions and they would make it harder for me to be fit. Instead, if I was hanging out with people that were already very fit and that were already very disciplined, their decision making and their way of thinking would rub off on me, causing me to make better decisions for myself. And actually, that was my reality. I had a lot of friends that were already super fit. And just by being around them, it was very motivational for me to become a fitter person myself. Okay. Now, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips today, and I really want to focus on the people that take their life seriously, not people that are lazy or just looking for quick fixes. I want people that are ready to like completely change their life because fat loss is not easy. Building muscle is not easy. I can give you all the tips in the world, but if you are not ready to actually do the hard thing where you have to deny yourself the food that you want to eat and eat the food that you need to eat in order to reach your fitness goal, then I can't help you. So let's get into this. The number one reason people stay stuck isn't a lack of information, it is a lack of follow through. There have been many people, there have been thousands, literally over 1 million people that have seen my videos and have heard me say what to eat to lose body fat. There will be some people that do not take any action, and there are some people who saw one video and they come back to me a year later and they're down 100 pounds or 120 pounds. What is the difference? One person, they get the information and they follow through. The other person, they get information, then they seek more information, and then more information, and they never follow through. So, with that being said, we need to be the kind of people that hear something and we begin to take immediate action on it. If you get a meal plan from somebody, you don't need to get another meal plan. You don't need to get more information. You need to start using the information that you got from that meal plan immediately. So, if you speak to me and I say for your breakfast, have a protein shake, your first step should be making sure that tomorrow for breakfast, you have a protein shake. If I say over the weekend, do not cheat on your meal plan, stick to your meal plan, this means Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, your number one priority before you try to do anything else is making sure that you are sticking to your meal plan 7 days a week and that you be consistent. And this is how simple it is. It's not about getting more information and confusing yourself with overloading yourself with information. It's about following through on the few things that you got and being consistent with that. Like I said, in my history, I lost 100 pounds in 6 months, and I did not know much about fat loss. I didn't know how to count calories. All I knew was I have this meal plan, and I'm going to stick to this meal plan to the best of my ability. And with very limited knowledge, I was able to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. Now, as I lost the weight and as I stayed dedicated to fitness, I began to learn a little bit more and more. Like eventually, I did know how to calculate what my calorie deficit was. I did learn how to track my calories. I did learn how to adjust my meal plan. I learned about macronutrients. But when I got started, I didn't know all of that information. I got the basics and I started taking action on the basics. Comment in the comment section if this is making sense. Now, I know that a lot of us may feel like following a plan is restriction, but following a plan is not restriction. Following a plan is actually freedom. Following a plan is freedom. It's freedom from having to think about what to do. It's freedom from stress. It is freedom from the stress of you not actually achieving your goal. Which one is more freeing? You losing the 50 pounds that you need to lose, you lowering your blood sugar, or you being able to eat whatever you want to eat, but you have been struggling for the last 10 years to get the weight off. Which one is more freeing? Results and discipline and achievement and being successful, or staying stuck for your entire life? Which one is more empowering? Which one is more freeing in reality? So, I have a question for you. If you're somebody who has been stuck when it comes to you losing body fat and you reaching your fitness goal, can you honestly say that you have followed through with whatever plan or with anything for 30 days straight 100%? Have you followed through with a plan for 30 days straight 100%? No compromises, you taking no liberties. Can you say that? And if we can't say that, then that is where we need to start. It's not necessarily that you need a new plan. You might. But rule number one or step number one is we need to follow through with something for 30 days straight. Even if you have a horrible plan, if you follow through with it 100%, you will see something. This is why you see people that are keto, that are carnivore, that are vegan, that follow my diet. You have people that just count calories. There are so many different paths to you reaching your goal. The only thing that matters is, are you actually going to follow through with a plan for 30 days straight, be consistent, and not deviate from it at all? If we can do that, we will start to see results. And we can always go back and adjust the plan as we learn more. You just need to push yourself to follow through 100%. You just need to push yourself to follow through. That is 100% correct. Earlier today, somebody asked me what separates my clients that succeed and overachieve and the clients that struggle and stay stuck. I can say the biggest thing is the clients that overachieve and transform their lives. They follow the plan exactly as it is written out, and they don't take liberties with their meal plan or any plan. And when I say take liberties, I mean just because they start seeing progress doesn't mean that now they're going to start taking liberties. They stay committed to the plan. I also mean just because the plan gets a little challenging, they don't begin to start cheating on their plan. They fight through it and they stay consistent, understanding that this is a temporary sacrifice we are making to get to the goal. The clients that stay stuck, on the other hand, they think that I can cheat a little bit here. I can cut this corner over there. And when you keep on cutting corners, you end up spinning out in circles. If you keep on cutting corners, you just end up spinning around in the same place, not making progress. Another thing that I've noticed with the people that see the best results is not only do they follow the plan, but they go above and beyond. So I've had some people where I say, you're going to do 30 minutes of cardio. They do the 30 minutes of cardio and a little bit more. They are more concerned about the results, and they care about the results more than the pain of the plan. And another thing I would say is their time management and their organization is good. So they meal prep their meals in advance. They prepare in advance. So they meal prep their food, or they use a meal prep company. This way, when it's time for them to eat, all they have to do is take their meal out, put it in the microwave. They don't have to think about this throughout the week. That is major. Once I started preparing myself in advance, it made sticking to the meal plan 1,000 times easier. This way, after work and at the end of the day, when we are tired and stressed out, we don't have to be bothered with cooking. We don't even have to be bothered with thinking about what we're going to eat. It takes away the need for us to make these draining decisions. All we have to do is stick to the plan, warm up our food that's already prepared, and that makes it so much easier. Another thing when it comes to time management that successful clients do is they create a schedule for them to be able to work out. So in their calendar, they actually block out 30 minutes or 60 minutes a day to be able to do their exercise. And they put it in their calendar in a way as to where it becomes a routine for them. So it might be every morning from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m., I go to the gym or I go for a walk, but they are consistent with this. I'll talk about two of my best clients right now. You know, and if my clients are listening to this, honestly, 90% of you guys are killing it. Like all of you guys are like doing amazing. So, but these are just two that are doing well. So I'm not trying to say that if I don't call you out, I'm not saying that you're doing bad, but these are just the two that I'm talking about. So don't get your feelings hurt. So Gil and Sean, two things they do. They meal prep their meals in advance. They meal prep every Sunday and every Thursday, or it's every Sunday and Wednesday. The other thing they do is every morning at 5 o'clock, they do their workouts. It's their time is blocked off, and they make sure that they get this done on a consistent basis. So if you're somebody who is thinking you don't have a lot of time, time is not the issue. It is how we manage our time, and do we have the right systems in place? How do you manage your time, and do you have the right systems in place? So let me give you an example of a system. Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., you should dedicate to meal prepping your meals for the upcoming week. Another system is every day. This is what I do personally. I'm an entrepreneur, so I split up my days a little differently. Every day from 12 to 2:30, I dedicate that time to my fitness. So you need to create systems that you are able to just stick to so you don't have to constantly think about reaching your fitness goals. You create the system, and now all you have to do is work the system. If your calendar has every work call on it, but not your workout, that is the problem. On your calendar, if I look at your calendar, I should literally see a time block that says workout. It has to be a priority. It has to be a priority. I should be able to ask you this time next month, what time you're going to work out. I should be able to ask you this time next month, what are you going to be eating for lunch? See, I know what I'm going to be eating for lunch on December 14th. I know exactly what I'm going to be eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Why? Because I have a meal plan. I have a system that I follow. I don't have to think about it. When I go to restaurants, I already have a system that I follow. I know what I'm going to order. I know it has to be a protein source and vegetables. I do not need to think about it. That is major. This way, I never, ever, ever fall victim to my emotions and my cravings because I have a plan. I appreciate that. Thank you. You changed my life. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Tam. Okay. Let's talk about this. How you can lose fat and build muscle at the same time if you train right and if you eat right. How do we lose fat and build muscle at the same time? So, one of my clients, his name is Eduardo. He lost 25 pounds in about 5 months, 6 months. He lost 25 pounds of body fat and he was able to build muscle. And what's really interesting about his situation is that in the middle of our training, he plays sports. He plays a lot of sports, so he's very active. He actually ruptured his Achilles. So he ruptured his Achilles. But instead of him starting to gain body fat and instead of his progress coming to a halt, all we did was we adjusted the meal plan and we adjusted his training so that he could still work out even though he ruptured his Achilles. So I think this is a perfect example. Now, when you want to lose body fat and build muscle, there are a few things we must do. Number one, the diet must be on point. The diet needs to be low calorie, high protein. This way, we are dropping body fat and we are giving our body all of the materials that it needs to build muscle. So, what does this look like practically? And this is where I get this from. Whenever I say eat protein and vegetables, the reason why I'm saying this is because this makes the meal plan low in calories, high in protein, making it amazing for you to be able to drop your body fat down and build muscle. So what's an example of a high protein, low calorie diet that we can follow? 2 cups of egg whites with spinach for breakfast. Very low in calorie, very high in protein. What do we eat for lunch? For lunch, we can eat 6 to 8 ounces of chicken breast. It would be 6 ounces for women. It'd be closer to 8 ounces for men. This is just a range. And we would eat that with plenty of vegetables. And as long as we do not cook our food with an excessive amount of oil, that meal is going to be low in calories, high in protein, helping us lose body fat while we build muscle. What should we eat for dinner? Dinner could be the same exact thing. Pick a protein source, 6 to 8 ounces worth, with a side of vegetables. Once again, make sure there's not a tremendous amount of oil that we're cooking with. If we can stick to that principle, we'll be able to lose body fat and build muscle. Because overall, we are eating not enough calories for our body. So our body is going to be forced to start eating away at the body fat in order to fuel our activity. and we are eating enough protein. So egg whites, the chicken breast, or whatever protein source you pick. It could be chicken thighs, it could be ground beef. All of those protein sources are going to give your body the fuel and the material that, sorry, not the fuel. It's going to give your body the material that it needs to be able to build muscle. Understood? Now, when I say this, I don't really mention carbs as much, so I'm going to clear that up right now. Whenever we want to eat carbs, we want to use portion control. So it's not that you have to completely cut out carbohydrates, but we just want to limit it. Because if we overeat the carbs, which a lot of us do, that will cause us to be eating more calories than we should, and that will stop us from losing weight. But if we use portion control, we can easily eat a little bit of carbs with each meal and make sure that we are still in a calorie deficit, which means we are still going to be losing body fat because we're not giving our body enough calories. Now the body has to eat the body fat for fuel. Okay, so you can't eat carbs. You just need to use portion control. When you look at your plate, it needs to look balanced and healthy. So on an entire plate of food, it should look like 6 to 8 ounces of a protein, 2 to 4 cups of some vegetables, and half a cup of some cooked rice. Okay. Now, I normally leave out carbs just because it's a simple rule to follow. I try not to give you guys too many tips at once because I want what I give you to be very easy to implement. Cool. Now, that's number one. That is how we need to be eating in order to lose body fat and build muscle. Now, when it comes to snacks, I like to pick snacks that are going to be low in calories. This way, it's going to be filling, but not stop us from losing body fat. So we want we want the snacks to have very low calories, but to be very filling for us. A good example of this is going to be berries. So if you were to fill up this entire cup, like full of berries, it would probably be, I could be wrong, but let's say 200 calories. That's not a lot. And this would be very filling. So if you want something late night and you fill this up with berries, that's a very good snack for you to eat. It might be less than 200 calories, actually. Okay. And that's going to help you keep your calories low. And that will help satisfy you a little bit if you are really, really hungry while sticking to a diet. So that's what we want to remember when it comes to the snacking. We want to pick things that are very low in calories. Now, there are a few other things that we can do when it comes to the snacking to help us stay consistent with our meal plan. And I will touch on that a little bit later. But a quick example is you can have a low calorie ice cream instead of regular ice cream. Why? Because it's going to be less calories, meaning it's not going to stop you from losing body fat. So one of my favorite brands is something called Halo Top. You know, the entire pint is only 300 calories. If you eat half of that, that's only 150 calories. So there are no forbidden foods necessarily, but we do want to watch how many calories we're eating. And if we do things that are like low calorie ice cream or protein bars, we're able to enjoy the snacks that we like without overindulging with the calories. Okay. So that's what we should be eating to lose fat and build muscle. Once again, we need to follow a low calorie, high protein meal plan. This way, we are forcing our body to eat our body fat. That's how you lose body fat. That's number one. That's the first thing it does. The second thing it does is it's giving your body the amount of protein that it needs so that you can build muscle. Okay. So, number one, follow a low calorie, high protein meal plan. Number two, we need to be lifting weights. This is the second most important thing. You need to be lifting weights. Why do we need to lift weights? When you lift weights, that is the trigger for your body that triggers muscle growth. If you don't lift weights, your body has no reason or it is not receiving any signal telling it to build muscle. So I like to use this good work site analogy. Let's imagine we're at a work site and we want to build a house. So building a house is the equivalent to us building muscle. The protein that we eat is the equivalent to the materials. So, we need bricks, wood, concrete, we need screws, we need the material to build the muscle. That's the protein that we eat. The chicken breast, the egg whites, the ground beef, the tofu, the protein powder. That is the materials for the house. When we lift weights, that is the order telling the workers to start working. So if you eat the protein, you give the body what it needs. And when you lift weights, you are telling your body what to do. You're telling your body, build muscle. So if you grab a dumbbell and you start doing some bicep curls and you train really hard, you are now telling your body, hey, build muscle in that bicep that you just worked out. And if you eat enough protein, now your body knows that it not only needs to build the muscle, but now it has the materials so that it can actually build the muscle. Hope this makes sense. The third thing would be recovery. When you want to lose body fat and build muscle, sleep is very important. Okay, you're not building muscle when you work out. You build muscle when you are recovering and sleeping. So back to that analogy. If I give you a dumbbell and you start doing some curls to build that bicep and you eat enough protein, when you go to sleep and you are recovered, now your body has the time to actually start going in there and repairing the muscle and building it bigger than it was before. If this is making sense, let me know. Okay, this is the other tip that I have for you. Excellence isn't perfection, it is standards you don't break. Oh, I love this one. Excellence isn't about perfection, it's about having standards that you don't break. When it comes to you reaching your fitness goal and you losing body fat, you want to set a standard for yourself. So now we're talking about mindset shifts that need to happen. If I see somebody eating pizza, on some level, I might want that pizza. It might look good to me, but as a standard for myself, I tell myself, I don't eat pizza. I am not the kind of person that eats that. I am the type of person that eats healthy food. I am the type of person that goes to the gym. I am the type of person that wakes up early. I am the type of person that is organized. So now we are talking about identity now. So even though on some level we might want to indulge in the things that is not healthy for us, we need to change and shift who we see ourselves as. Like, how do you see yourself? Imagine that you are already at your fitness goal and ask yourself this: what would the version of me that already has a six-pack do in this situation? With the version of me that already has a six-pack in this situation, would they eat ice cream for dessert? Or would they eat some blueberries for dessert? The version of me who has their blood sugar under control, what are they going to eat when they go out to the restaurant? Are they going to get the salad and grilled chicken, or are they going to get the fried wings? And are they going to get the chocolate lava cake with the ice cream? The type of person that I want to become, what will they do, or what would they do in this situation? And this is how we need to think. Right now, I'm going over these mindset shifts with you guys that I had to have in order to lose 100 pounds in the 6 months that it took me to lose it, and to be able to continue to maintain those results and continue to be healthy for the last 13 years. It's all about how we see ourselves. How do we think? When you don't feel like going to the gym, you got to ask yourself, the version of me that goes to the gym, the version of me that eats healthy, the version of me that makes good decisions, what would he do in this situation? Because that's the version of you that we are trying to get to. That's the version of you that has the six pack, who's confident, who can get up on stage and speak, and he looks amazing or she looks amazing. You know, she looks good or he looks good in whatever you put on. All right. So, everybody that is here right now, if you are ready to operate at that level and you want a proven plan and the guidance to get this done, you can reach out to me privately about coaching. If not, continue to use the tips that I just gave you here today and the tips that I talk about in my videos. But that's it for lessons. That's all that I have prepared today. Now let's get into some Q&A. So you can drop your questions in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. And we will also alternate between that and taking some calls. So if you would like to come up, you can join me on TikTok and request to come up, and you'll be able to ask me your questions. I'll be able to hear you and actually have a conversation with you. And I think that everybody who's able to listen to this conversation will benefit from this as well. So let's get into this. What is your opinion on fasting? My opinion on fasting. Okay. This is going to come off maybe wrong, but don't take this the wrong way. I believe that when it comes to losing body fat and building muscle, I believe fasting is irrelevant. Now, if you're the type of person as to where fasting helps you stay in a calorie deficit and eat the correct amount of protein and not overeat, then you should do it. I think fasting is a strategy that you can utilize to help you be more disciplined with your eating so you can stick to your plan. But if you're the type of person who's able to just stick to a meal plan without having to fast, then you don't have to fast. And the person who does intermittent fasting and the person who doesn't do intermittent fasting, as long as they are following their meal plan to the T, they're both going to get very, very, very similar results. Now, if you want to talk about fasting for other benefits, and this is going to sound bad, but there's something called autophagy. I probably said the word wrong, where it causes your body to eat away at your dead cells, and that can be rejuvenating for your health in general. I'm not talking about that. In fact, I'm not even that well versed in that, so I don't want to speak on something that I'm not that proficient in. But when it comes to losing body fat and building muscle, fasting is irrelevant in that regard. All right, we have our first caller. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, good day. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Oh, fine. I would just like to say I appreciate your videos. I'm all the way from the Netherlands. My name is Elliot, and right now I'm trying to lose weight and losing body weight. Sorry, that's my daughter at the back. Sorry.
I figured.
So I'm trying to lose weight, trying to lose body fat, and I've come across your videos on the Instagram, and they helped me a lot. So no, sorry.
You're good.
So yeah, it's So I just want to say, please. So I want to say that I appreciate your videos, and also that what's most important to me is that of course also it's based on faith as well, because I saw you also practice faith in as well. So that's also something that's encouraging me. So I just want to say thank you for your videos. I also have your app. I think I think last year you had a deal.
Yeah.
With a lot of discount, and since then I've been using it. I've been using your workouts. I've been training in the morning, and it's really paying off. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, no problem, man. God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you too.
You and your daughter, man. That's incredible.
Thank you. She's saying Dutch. I want to talk to him.
All right, I'll say hi real quick. What's her name?
Say my hello.
Hello. What's your name?
It's Alicia.
Hello, Alicia.
And what's your name?
My name is Sam.
Sam?
Yep, Sam.
En mama is nu naar de kerk gegaan.
She says Mama is going to church right now.
Oh, wow. Okay, are you going to church with Mama?
She's talking a lot right now. I don't know. But anyway, Sam, I thank you, appreciate for your time. So, and I want to say, I'm keeping going. And one thing, I got a question about one thing, because there is something that I've seen recently about breakfast oats. What's your opinion about it?
Eating what, overnight oats or oatmeal?
Yes, excuse me, overnight oats in the morning. What's your opinion about it? Is it good? Is it beneficial or?
So let's say you work out in the morning and before you go to the gym, you want to have overnight oats. That's fine. I would recommend adding 1 or 2 scoops of protein powder. Like if you're a man, I would say add 2 scoops of some whey protein to it to boost the protein count in the overnight oats. But other than that, it could be a great breakfast as long as we don't make it unhealthy, meaning like add butter and ridiculous ingredients to it.
Oh, okay. Then I'll put it in my diet as well.
All right. Well, what are you doing currently with your diet?
Sorry?
What are you doing currently with your diet for breakfast?
Oh, for breakfast. Normally it's like eggs with spinach.
Okay.
So a scrambled egg with spinach, or hot boiled eggs with spinach, and yes, something like that.
Okay. Add some egg whites to the eggs on the days you do that. But if you want to alternate between like egg whites and eggs as a scramble with spinach, that's great. You can alternate between that and the overnight oats, but add some protein powder to it.
Okay.
All right, Elliot. Good talking to you, man.
Talking to you too. Thank you.
All right. God bless, bro. All right. We have I answered that question about intermittent fasting already. Let's see. Intermittent fasting for insulin resistance, and it has worked for me, and my A1C has continued to be low. Now, if you're following a meal plan where your carbohydrates and your sugars are in check, and every meal is high in protein and high in vegetables, which means fiber, then that will have your A1C in check as well, too. It will lower that. So let me give you an example. If for your breakfast, you're eating 1 cup of egg whites with 2 eggs, half an avocado, that meal is excellent for people that have diabetes, that have an elevated A1C, regardless of when they choose to eat that meal. Right? Now, let's say somebody is eating 5 slices of toast for breakfast or a bagel and cream cheese for breakfast. That would be a terrible breakfast for people that are diabetic. Okay, now let's go back to the healthy option. Let's say for your lunch and dinner, you're eating 7 ounces of chicken breast or salmon with spinach and half a cup of quinoa with each meal. That meal is going to be excellent for your A1C and if you're a diabetic as well too. Why? Because yes, we're eating carbs, but we're pairing it with a protein source and some fiber. And if we want, we can add in a little bit of healthy fat as well. So we can add in, let's say, a teaspoon of olive oil, or we can add in half an avocado with the meal as well. Oh, Sam, you made that child today. Yeah, no, she was adorable. What about white rice? So when it comes to white rice, I'm not really against it. Now, even if you are a diabetic, so let me give you an example. I have people in my family that are diabetic. And let's say for dinner, let's say my aunt who's diabetic, let's say for dinner, she's going to eat white rice. I would make sure that on that plate, it's not just 2 cups of white rice and just a little bit of fried chicken. I would like that is not how we want to eat. I would make sure I'd say, Auntie, listen, you have diabetes. This is how we are going to incorporate rice into our meals. We're going to make sure you're eating 8 ounces of a grilled protein source. Let's say it's steak. So you're doing, let's say 7 ounces of steak. You're going to do 4 cups of broccoli or 3 cups of broccoli. Now with the white rice, you're going to do half a cup of white rice with that meal. So we're going to use portion control with the white rice. Now, since we're eating that white rice with all of that protein, right? All of that fiber and the little bit of fat that's in the steak, that white rice is not going to spike our blood sugar because the protein and the fiber and the fat is going to slow down how quickly it causes our blood sugar to rise. And it's going to have a very similar impact as to opposed to if it was half a cup of brown rice. So as long as we're using portion control, it doesn't really matter at all. Not even really matter. It doesn't matter what color the rice is because at the end of the day, we're using portion control and we are pairing these carbs up with protein sources, with fiber sources, and we're including some fats in there as well too. And if you're somebody who has diabetes or if you're worried about your blood sugar, you should not just be eating carbs by itself, regardless. You always want to pair up a carb source or a sugar source with protein or some fiber or some fats. Let me give you some examples. An apple, it's a carb source, it's sugar, it's fruit. You want to pair up that apple with a little bit of Greek yogurt, or you want to pair that apple up with a little bit of nuts, which is a fat and some fiber, or you want to pair that apple up with a protein shake for the protein, or you want to pair that apple up with some cottage cheese, get some protein and some fat. Okay. I'm cutting. Is it okay to have a refeed day? Yes. If you're cutting, it is okay to have a refeed day. Refeed days are good for two reasons. Number one, it's going to replenish your glycogen. And number two, it's going to replenish your sanity. So with your glycogen, it's going to allow you to work out a little bit harder, a little bit more intensely. And number two, when it comes to your sanity, it's going to allow you to be more consistent with your meal plan. Because being strict with a meal plan for an extended period of time without taking any breaks or having any variety can be very challenging.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. So I got a question. So it's specifically about skinny fat, like a body recomposition. So I specifically have 80 days to go to like a professional tryout for a sport, and I'm not like in really really bad shape or anything. Like I'm active and all that, but it's like specifically on the dieting. What do you think I should eat? Because I'm 5'10", 5'11", 171, but I have like 22% body fat. And I mean, off people's results, some that I'm seeing online, they lose, like they tone up in 80 days. And I think that's enough time. But since you're an expert, I just want to see what like dieting or what diet should I like, what should I eat?
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely see massive results. How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
All right, 20. Okay, so how much do you know about nutrition? Do you know how to count calories?
Yes. Yeah, I'll say yes. I do.
Okay. So do you understand? So let me ask you this. In terms of calories, how do you lose body fat? Like what do you need to do in order to lose body fat when it comes to calories?
You want to lose body fat, you got to be on a caloric deficit. So you got to eat like less calories than what you're maintaining like your maintenance calories.
Okay, perfect. You understand it. Good. All right. So what you need is you have 80 days. So that's 2.5 months. We want to be in about a 1,000 calorie deficit, and we want to be eating enough protein. So we want to eat a little bit of calories with a lot of protein. This way, we're able to give our body what it needs to build muscle. And since we're in a calorie deficit, our body's going to be eating away at that body fat, causing you to tone up. All right.
Tone up. Okay.
Now, how active are you? And like, what sport do you play?
So I play soccer. So I play on a semi-professional team right now, and I practice 3 times a week. But I'm also in the gym at least 3 to 4 times a week. But I'm trying to pick that up now that I have 80 days till I travel out the country to go to this actual professional tryout. So I'm gonna actually be more active in the actual gym.
Okay, so we have 80 days, and you are very active. You play sports. You work out. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that we're in a calorie deficit, eat enough protein, but still give you some carbs for when you like have to go practice, especially if you need to be lifting at all.
Yeah.
All right. So the first meal plan that I'm going to kind of write out with you right now is going to be focused on low calories with high protein. Now, I'm going to give you the option to increase the amount of protein. Sorry, I'm going to give you the option to increase the amount of carbs on your own accord when you know you have a practice coming up.
Okay.
So, for example, let's get started with the meal plan, then I'll give you an example. So for breakfast, you can eat a 1.5 cups of egg whites and 2 eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have that with some spinach.
2.5 cups. Okay. Spinach. Okay.
Yeah. Now, optionally, like let's say you have a practice, coming up 2 hours later, you can have 2 slices of toast with that.
Okay. Just for the carbs.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now, yeah, like write out like that's optional. Now, for your lunch, you can do 8 ounces of chicken breast or 93% lean ground meat. That can be beef or turkey, whichever one you want. And you can eat that with as many vegetables as you want.
As many vegetables as I want. And then,
Yeah.
What's your opinion on fruits? Like, because I know that's like natural sugar, and I mean I don't snack on too much fruit, but I feel like I should start implementing that just because I do play soccer and I don't want to be low energy on.
Yeah. We're gonna get into that. That's when I said the carbs that we're gonna add in as we need it. So we're gonna get the foundation of the meal plan down first, and then we'll be able to add in the sugars and the carbs as we need it.
Okay.
All right. So you got what you need for lunch, right?
Yeah.
Now add in half an avocado to that.
Half avocado.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And write out the same thing for dinner. So exactly what you eat for lunch, you can eat the same thing for dinner.
Okay. Make it same. Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing for dinner.
Now, if you know you have a hectic practice coming up, then for your lunch or dinner, you can add a cup of rice to it.
A cup of rice. All right. The thing was, I kept eating rice. I don't know if it's like okay, like every lunch and dinner. When I was on a certain diet, I was eating rice for lunch and dinner all the time. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine. Now, that's what I'm saying, like 1 cup of rice. So we're using portion control.
Okay. Perfect.
Now, look, it's going to be sort of a balancing act for you because you can either add carbs to all 3 meals. So you can add the toast to your breakfast. You can add 1 cup of rice to your lunch and 1 cup of rice to your dinner. Or you can experiment around with, okay, my practice is at 5 p.m. So I'm just going to have 1 cup of rice with my lunch today. I'm going to keep the carbs low for my breakfast and my dinner. And then you assess how your body's feeling. And if you're feeling good, cool, we can keep it like that. And you're going to be losing quickly.
Yeah.
If you're feeling too tired, then we're going to add in another carb source, let's say for your breakfast. Then you have carbs for your lunch. And we'll leave it carb-free with the dinner. So it's going to be a balancing act. You got to kind of see how your energy levels are feeling and see how the body is progressing.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
All right.
Just basically how I'm feeling of the day of the practice, or just in general. If I'm feeling like low, I can add just carbs, just optional. But if I'm feeling okay and I feel fine, I don't have to.
Exactly. And the same thing with fruit.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're like, okay, man, like I'm hungry, I'm about to go to the gym, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes before you work out, and you want to snack on some watermelon or some grapes or a banana, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I got that down. And so the thing, so what do you wish? So I don't have to do a body recomp, do I? Is that like thing a myth or anything?
A body recomp means that you lose body fat and build muscle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you follow this meal plan and you're very active and you're lifting weights, you are going to be losing body fat and building muscle. So this is what a body recomp is going to look like for you.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I got that written down. Yeah, appreciate that so much, man. Yeah, because I have like 82, 81 days until the day comes, and so like I think that's perfect amount of time for me to really lock in on this and go to the gym, and this would be perfect. I feel like this would be perfect for me.
Yeah. Now, I think the biggest thing is like following through with this plan, like every day. Every day you follow through with it. And I recommend that you do progress photos every week so you can compare how your body is looking, and that's going to hold you more accountable.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll do that. I've never done progress photos, but I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
Because it's very much possible. I mean, I've seen people do results like with my body type and even less than 80 days. And so definitely, I'm going to stay on it, be consistent, and definitely be lifting a lot in the gym because I think intensity in the gym is also important too.
Yeah, if you are what you call skinny fat, then your body you should see visible changes every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because like my body, the thing about my body is like I have skinny arms, but I got a little bit of like chest fat, like man boob, just a little bit, and then I got like a little belly, and then I have more fat on like my lower waist to my thighs and my waist area, but then everything else is skinny, my legs and my arms. Yeah. But it's not like but if I scale myself on the way, I'm like 171, 174, like it varies in between. But then when I measure my body, that's like 21 to 22% body fat, which is weird.
Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, just follow the plan. All right.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Have a good rest of your day.
No problem, man. What's your name?
Tensei.
All right, Tensei. Nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you too.
All right. All right, 1016. Thank you for the gifts, God's child. Hey, what's going on? All right, 56 years old, losing body fat and building muscle. How many times a week should I do cardio? You can do cardio as many times as you can fit in. So personally, I was doing cardio for about an hour every day. Now, because time is a little short, I do about 20 to 40 minutes a day. So do as much cardio as you can, as long as it's not causing you to feel achy. All right. So just try to fit in as much as you can, because the more active you are, that means the more calories you're going to be burning, meaning the more body fat you're going to be losing. You're welcome. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. I just
How you
was
doing?
watching your YouTube on video. I love your videos. I just have to shout you out. Like, I literally was just watching your YouTube video. So I'm trying to lean out. I'm about 225 pounds. I'm 5'8", and I'm trying to be not skinny, but just more lean in tone, I guess.
Okay. So what's your goal weight?
I want to get to 160.
All right.
Preferably before my birthday, April of next year.
Okay. 6 months.
And I think I said I was 40. I think I told you my age. Yeah.
40. Okay. So what are you doing now?
I just started getting, I always like been in the gym like kind of all my life, but life and I just over this past year I gained a lot of weight. And so I just recently last week started going back to the gym. I go to Planet Fitness and I just take advantage of the Planet Fitness virtual trainers that they have on the app. So I try to do my weights first and then maybe 30 minutes of cardio after I do weights. I don't know if I need to do weights like 3 times a week and just cardio, and then cardio after my weights and then cardio, maybe just have a cardio day. I don't know.
No. So a good rule that I like to follow is to lift weights at least 3 days a week. And if you can do 30 minutes of cardio every day, that's a solid plan right there.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to
Awesome.
What exercises you're actually doing in the gym, we don't need to really focus on that just yet if we're struggling to lose weight. For now, as long as you are showing up in the gym and you're lifting weights 3 days a week and you're doing your cardio every day, that's good for now. We can always fine tune that once we get the diet down. I'm sorry, it's kind of loud in your background.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's just a little distracting.
Is it better now?
Yeah, now it is. All right. So does that make sense?
Yes, thank you so much. And I will continue to watch your videos.
All right. No, we're not done. We got to talk about the diet because that's the most important thing.
Okay.
All right. So are you following a meal plan now or are you struggling with it?
Now, like I said, I just started last week because I was like eating real. It's like I'll do good. I don't know. For this past month, it seemed like I do good for like a week or two, and then I fall off, and then I'm just eating processed food, and then I'm like, okay, I'm getting back on track, and then I get back on track for like 2 weeks, and then I fall off. So I don't know if I need to be tracking my calories because I feel like when I cut back too much, like I'm starving.
Yeah.
So
okay. So you have like an implementation issue, not information. All right. So
correct.
Talk to me. Why are you like, what's the habit or what's the trigger that causes you to start eating bad again?
It'd be like stressful situations. And then I'm like, because I'll do real good with like meal prepping and at home. And then sometimes when I get to work and then I'm going into the cafeteria and looking at the cafeteria food, I guess, I don't know. I just have to have more discipline and just resist the temptation. But I know sometimes stress causes it too, and then I'm just like eating up everything.
Okay. So let me give you a few tips that well, I'll kind of share with you what I've seen, not just what has worked for me, but for like my best clients. So number one is they meal prep all of their meals in advance, or they use a meal prep company. So the food is already there. Like there's no conscious thought that needs to go into preparing food at all. It's already in the fridge. Number two, anything that could be tempting is like not in their home.
That's a good idea. I just need to take all temptation out of my house.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then number three is like mentally fully committing to following the meal plan. And I'm really talking about the weekends, which means like I already have made up in my mind today that this Friday night, this Saturday, and this Sunday, I'm not going out to any restaurants. You know, if you and your family want to celebrate, we're going to hold off on the celebration for the next 4 to 8 weeks so we can start making good progress and develop some deeper levels of consistency. Once you drop 30 pounds, then we can start flirting with going out once a week and things like that. But now we have to prioritize setting ourselves up so we can reach the goal.
That sounds like an amazing plan. Thank you.
No problem. And what's your name?
I needed this conversation with you today. I go by God Child on here, but my real name is Sharita.
All right, Sharita. Well, nice to meet you. I wish you the best. Come check in next week and let me know. I want to track your weight. I want to hear like some good progress 7 days from now. So hopefully I'll speak to you next Friday.
Okay, I'll see you next Friday. Thank you so much. Have a blessed weekend.
All right, you too. God bless. All right, there was somebody else who wanted to come up. I believe it was Aaliyah. Yeah, Aaliyah, you can come up. Right, it's 10:23. What's going on, Aaliyah? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. So I'm actually like walking right now. So usually every morning I'll get up at 5:30 and I walk 6 miles and I'll go home. I'll like rest and I'll have breakfast. So usually I'm following your plan. I'll have egg whites with spinach, and sometimes I have a protein shake with my breakfast.
Yeah, before you keep going, Aaliyah, I want to know what's your goal, just so that I know where to put your thing. 1 second. The reason why I'm asking you this is because I want to know where to put the information that you're giving me. All right. So
5'5".
you're 5'5".
Years old, and I'm currently 188 pounds.
88.
I'm trying to reach at least 160.
All right.
So I do like 10 miles a day, running and jogging in between. So when I have my breakfast, I will take a rest and then I will come back on the track to kind of burn out what I ate for breakfast. But I usually don't get hungry, so I usually do not have like 3 meals a day, which I think is not causing me to get my protein in. Because sometimes when I get back home, I'm not that hungry. I might have a fruit, and like 5 o'clock, I will have dinner, and then that's it.
Okay.
I'm not doing no exercises right now, because I'm really trying to lose some weight and then get toned. So I want to know if you think that's a good idea, or do you think I should start implementing some exercises?
Yeah, I do. I think you should start lifting.
You have a plan, like do you want me to follow like this different exercises to at least help me?
I have some. You're here on TikTok, right? Now,
Yes.
I'll kind of give you some guidance on what you can do real quick. But also, if you just scroll through my videos, I have workout plans that I post on a consistent basis. You just got to scroll and try to find one.
Okay.
All right. Now, yeah, that's your best bet, because just me giving you a plan off the top of my head is going to be a little difficult. So, yeah, start lifting weights. I want to say you only need 2 dumbbells. 2 dumbbells at home. It can be 2 15-pound dumbbells, and you start doing some weightlifting 3 days a week. Like, that's good to start. Now, I don't want to change too much of what you're doing, so I would start with that. How much weight have you been losing?
Well, that's a problem. I feel like every time I go to the scale, so usually every Sunday, because Sunday is my rest day. So every Sunday, I will go to the scale, but I'm not seeing a much difference. So it's like that kind of like makes me feel like I'm not going anywhere.
How much are you losing on a weekly basis?
I would say like it fluctuating. It fluctuates. So sometimes I'll go on the scale. I'll see 2 pounds off. I see 3 pounds off. And then on a Sunday, it's like I'm back to where I started. So that is kind of start like, you know, making me feel like I'm not doing anything or I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. So let me ask you this. In the grand scheme of things, are you losing weight though? Because I know weight will fluctuate, but are you losing weight in the grand scheme of things?
Yes.
Okay, good. So here's the thing. When I lost weight, I lost 100 pounds in 6 months, and I was doing 10 miles a day. I was jogging like all the miles, and I was just eating chicken and lettuce twice a day. So it was very extreme. Now, in the beginning, I was losing like 5 pounds a week. So I was losing very fast. But as I got lighter, the weight did slow down. And there would be some days when the weight would fluctuate, but you just got to stay consistent.
Okay. So just stay consistent.
Yeah.
I started in October, the first, so I'm 17 days in with 10 miles every day.
You started when?
October 1st.
So you've been doing this for 17 days.
Yes.
And
Yes.
how much weight have you lost?
About 5-6 pounds.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So yeah, I think right now also like your mindset is very like you want to rush to get this done. And that can be very dangerous.
Okay.
Because if you let yourself get discouraged, even though like you're seeing amazing progress, you losing 5-6 pounds in 17 days is great. But if you let yourself get in your head too much and you start feeling like you need to rush it even more, you'll start trying to do 20 miles a day. And then you'll start starving yourself. And then you're going to start binge eating. So slow and steady. This is not just something that we want to do just for now. This is something that's going to last us for the rest of our life. You're only 24 now. So slow and steady.
Time 35 minutes 41 seconds. Total distance 2.0 miles. Average pace 17 minutes 50 seconds per mile. Split pace 17 minutes 24 seconons per mile.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. That was very long. That was a very long message. All right. So yeah.
I'm just gonna stick to that plan. And I think what you said is true. I think like I'm trying to rush to lose the weight, and when I'm not seeing results, like that kind of frustrates me.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing so much.
Yeah. Look, and I'm
used to play soccer all my life.
I got you. Hold on though, because I think you,
I have an injury.
Aaliyah. Hold on,
Back, so
Aaliyah. You need to hear this. Me listening to you, I do think that if you start to feel like, hey, I might start gaining the weight back, or I might quit and give up, that is, you need to work with somebody immediately. It could be me or somebody else, but you need, if you start to get to that point, like you reach out to somebody immediately.
Okay.
All right. But what you're doing now is cool. Just pace yourself. Just think, I need to be consistent, not I need to lose, 30 pounds by tomorrow. Because if you stay consistent by February or March, you're going to be at your goal. If you keep trying to rush it and you quit, by December, you're going to quit. And then by next April, you'll be in the same position. And it'll be a never-ending cycle. So slow and steady. Just be consistent.
Okay. I will do that. And I will reach out to you. So as my coach to start helping me.
All right. Well, all right, Aaliyah. God bless you. Take care.
Thank you so much.
No
Enjoy
problem.
The rest of your weekend.
You too. All right, we have Kelvin. I think I spoke to you before. What's up, Kelvin? We spoke before, right?
Oh yeah, we spoke before.
All right. What's up, man?
All right, man. I made the change. I'm going to the store to get my chicken breast, my vegetables, so I can start meal prepping. My only question is, like, how do I keep it flavorful if I'm meal prepping for a couple of days?
There's this thing that they made. It's called seasoning.
Okay. You said what is it called?
It's called seasoning.
Oh yeah, I know. I know that, but I was like, for some reason, I I feel like after like 3 days in the
Yeah.
refrigerator, it's gonna be all dried up. And
That's true.
It's not gonna taste that good.
Yeah, that's true. That's a part of meal prepping. Sometimes that happens. So what you could do is you can meal prep like every 4 days. So some people they meal prep on Sunday and then again on Thursday. But you can kind of find a nice rhythm like that.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody said cook for 3 days at a time or cook twice a week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's, I feel like that was gonna be a big problem for me. It's like after that third and 4 days, it's gonna like nothing.
Yeah.
Dry chicken. So okay. Okay, cool. And one more thing, for as like working out, because I don't want to like do too much, like you was telling like the other lady. So is it good for me just to go into the gym and just do like 15 minutes of the cardio, then 15 minutes working out, like that's like lifting weights, and then like call it a day to just get started?
Yes.
Or do I gotta go in heavy with it?
Yes. No. You can. If working out is like kind of new and we haven't really been going crazy with it in a while, then you want to start off small. So you can go in there, you can lift weights for 15 minutes and do your cardio for 15 minutes. Look, your biggest thing right now needs to be your meal plan. If your meal plan and your eating is perfect and you're just doing like 30 minutes, 15 lifting, 15 minutes cardio, like your body's going to transform. And here's the thing, as you get a little bit better at it and you get more used to it, you can gradually work out a little bit more intensely.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, because I haven't worked out in years, so
Yeah, start small.
So okay, cool. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, no problem. Look, if I take 2 weeks off from going to the gym, I got to go in there and I got to start off with 30-minute workouts and then build up again. So that's completely normal.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, thank you.
All right, no problem, Kelvin. All right. Get food storage containers, and not because you meal prep one thing for the week means you have to eat only that. Switch it up. Okay. There actually are ways that I like to switch up my stuff. So I don't really meal prep in the traditional sense. So what I do is I buy my food from a meal prep company. The one I go to is Hummus Fit. So I get a bunch of pre-cooked grilled chicken breast strips. I get a bunch of pre-cooked grilled steak strips, and we keep that in our fridge. Now, whenever it's time for us to eat a meal, we add some chicken and some veggies to the plate, or some steak and some veggies, a little bit of rice. So that's how I do my meal prep, and it saves me a lot of time, and it's like very easy and simple. Now, let's say I did meal prep where I made all of my containers for the week and I wanted some variety. I am actually very big on every 3 or 4 days being more flexible with one of my meals for that day. So let's say Monday through Wednesday, I'm very strict on my diet. For Thursday dinner, I might make myself 2 burgers and eat some sweet potato fries. Let's say I'm strict again from Friday, Saturday. On Sunday for lunch, we might go to a diner and have some chicken, potatoes, and some pasta in moderation. So I will have 2 meals a week that are a little bit on the more flexible side. And that just helps me to stay consistent with my meal planning for the long term. It makes it more sustainable. And don't overcook your meats. 100%. If you're making chicken breast and you are overcooking it, it is not going to taste good. All right, everybody. So this is it. I'm wrapping up here. If you guys would like to work with me as a fitness coach because you want a proven plan to follow and you want to save the time and avoid the frustration of the trial and error, then you can reach out to me privately, either message me or comment coach here for fitness coaching, and we will get on a call and we'll discuss whether or not it's a good option for you. Other than that, continue to watch the videos and take action with it. Or you can use my fitness app. The name of it is Better You, Better Society. With that said, guys, God bless you, and later. I know I'm still here on YouTube, guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. The lip syncing is off. Yes, I've been noticing that. I'm trying my best to solve that, but I do see that it has been off. Did you hear about the high lead chemicals in protein powders? No, I didn't. I'll look into that. Hi, coach. My question is, what are some protein sources if you are plant-based? So, tofu is good. Seitan is good. That is spelled Seitan. You have tempeh. Now, I'm not vegan, but these are some sources that I do know of. Lentils, it's kind of high in protein. Edamame is also pretty high in protein. And then other than that, to supplement your diet, you can use plant-based protein powders as well. You don't believe in the famous chicken, broccoli, and rice, LOL, for weight loss? Actually, I do. I believe in keeping your diets very simple. So if you are somebody who's an absolute beginner, then you want to follow a diet where majority of it is a protein source, some vegetables, and if you're going to do carbs like rice, just do that in moderation. That's a very simple way to eat to lose body fat and build muscle. It's not the only way for you to eat to lose body fat and build muscle, but that does work. All right, Jackie Aguila, I see you. All right, guys, I'm actually going to comment in the comment section right here the link for you to get more information about my fitness coaching. So I just put it in the comment section, so you should see it here. This is what it looks like. All right, let me put it again. No. The diet is official. Now, what you will see when you click this link is it's going to take you to a page where I explain pretty much what the coaching is about, how it works. I also have a bunch of testimonials that you will be able to check out, because at the end of the day, I believe in proof over promises. I can promise you that I can help you lose 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, but I'd rather just show you proof. And if you click on these links, you will see people that I've worked with and how I help them lose 30, 40, 50 pounds. All right. Take care, guys. I'm out of here.